Good morning, and welcome to my channel. I'm trying to start a channel because I find myself interesting. I don't find myself interesting, but here goes. Anyways, on this channel, you're gonna hear about the weird, the bad, and the good about collapsing your neural network in your emotional brain. About 3 years ago, I collapsed the neural networks in my emotional brain, the bridge between the amygdala and hippocampus, from as far as I can understand of what's going on in my brain. Now, I don't have a legit brain scan or anything like that, but it was almost like my soul got thrown outside of my body, and I wondered, how in the heck can I still exist? I had no control over my brain. All I could do was observe what was happening for me and watch as my brain essentially repaired itself. And I was observing my behaviors, my thoughts, my feelings, my reactions, my actions, conversations with people, and I was simply in this space where I just observing everything. I was not feeling anything. I didn't feel frustration. I didn't feel anger. I didn't feel anxiety. I didn't feel nothing. I was in this space where the only thing that existed was just love, pure love. Everything was pure love. So as the brain started healing, first thing that it did was it started to ask, what do I love about things like drinking coffee? How does it taste? And it would find 50 things it would like about coffee or didn't like about coffee, and it was filing it away all over my brain, and I could feel all the little neural networks firing, like little tiny electrical impulses just firing around, and then it would also activate my nervous system and go down into the body and store all this data and information. And it was really cool observing all the patterns and everything that was going on inside me and how it all worked from an outside perspective. But it was also quite isolating and lonely. For about 2 years, I wasn't able to talk to people. So over the next 30 days, I'm going to share about as much of it as I can share with you. And a lot of it is really, really weird. Now that my brain is restored a lot of those neural networks and it's I'm back inside my body, now I have a harder time stepping out and viewing my thoughts, seeing my thoughts, seeing my feelings, because I'm it's I'm inside my body now instead of it out. I can still do it if I'm meditating, where I'm working it, but that is definitely a muscle to be able to view your brain and what's going on for you. So for the next 30 days, I'm going to share some really cool things that I learned during that time period and during the healing process. But today, I just wanted to tell you that if you're having a bad day, then just tell your body thank you. Because the main thing that I walked away with from the whole experience was the realization that our negative experiences, our negative feelings, are the greatest gifts that we have ever been given. Our souls are pure love, and our bodies are pure love. And so they come from the source of pure love, Mother Earth, pure, absolute love. There is no intention of harm. And so in order for us to experience growth, then we come here and our body helps us create these negative experiences, which is essentially a lack of love, which allows this space to expand where there's a lack of love. And when you can fill that up with gratitude and love, then you experience this expansion, and the universe expands for you, your soul expands and your body just starts. It's so amazing and incredible. The more negative the experience, the more negative the emotion. For instance, I was feeling anger one day, and I was okay, I shouldn't be angry, and I was starting to tell me all the reasons why I shouldn't feel angry and all that stuff, because I'm a very positive person. I have a very positive mindset. I find the good in life, and I just live in this happy zone. And I was I don't need to feel angry. I can feel, and I started to override the anger, but I stopped, and I said, what if I just fully and completely felt this anger, and I just allowed it, and I just felt it, and it started just flooding my body all the way down to my toes. It was amazing. It was immense, and honestly, it felt quite powerful, but it also felt extremely negative. My eyes were crying like crazy, and I said, now what? Now I'm just pure anger. And it said, find the gratitude. And I said, what do you mean find the gratitude? And it said, find the gratitude. And I said, so you want me to tell this person thank you for making me angry? Because that feels really shitty. Why would I thank someone for hurting me or making me angry or not loving me, not being loving towards me? And I kind of hear this chuckle in my brain that says, find the gratitude. And I realized that the gratitude that I held was towards my body and towards myself for experiencing that anger and having that anger, and towards my body for holding that space, that anger for me. And so when I said to my body, I said, thank you so much for holding this anger. And as I said that, and as I just imagined love spreading from my heart and embracing my body like you would a child that's hurt, giving it a hug. And I just imagined just loving my body and thanking it and just holding that gratitude. Thank you for holding this anger for me. the most powerful experience of my life. It started spreading from my heart, and it just spread through my whole body, and it's like it filled up that space that my body was holding where anger was, like it was empty, and it just filled up with love. And it was like something inside of me just shifted. I felt so much stronger and just like amazing and incredible. Like I had experienced expansion for the first time in my life. And at that point, I was just like, wow, that was freaking amazing. I don't have to fear my negative experiences. I don't have to judge them or try and change them or step out of them. I can simply just embrace them and tell my body, thank you, I love you. And from that moment on, like just allowing my feelings and holding that gratitude towards myself, towards my body. And anytime I would have pain, like a headache or my knee would twinge, just loving it. Thank you so much for holding this for me. Like, and I would ask, why are you holding this pain? Like, is there something that's not loving in my environment that's causing this pain? And it would always show, well, you're holding a belief, a limiting belief that you're not supported. And I'd be like, I'm very supported. My body supports me. The universe supports me. God supports me, or whatever. I would find 10 ways that I was supported. And to give my brain proof that I'm definitely supported in order to rewire that subconscious belief. And I said, we can just let go of that belief. We don't need to change the belief to a positive one, because that's just changing your emotional experience from negative to positive. It doesn't actually get rid of the negative belief. It's like turning the light on and off. The belief still exists. It's still in there. So the negative belief still stays in there, even if you shift it to a positive belief. So I was just letting them go, uninstalling them, saying goodbye. Most beautiful, amazing experience of my life, and I loved it so deeply. And my life started changing at that point on in ways that just brought more and more love into my life, and self-expression and self-acceptance. And it was incredible. I ended up in a beautiful apartment that I loved, that I was able to like get furniture that I loved and decorate it, set it up, and I don't have anyone telling me, oh, it's so much messy, can we get rid of stuff? Or like I don't have to just have things for its functionality like I have in my past. I would only get things that were functional, because I didn't like things that would just take up space. And some of that was like not permission to not be myself. Like I had to stay hidden. And now I can just be myself and express myself. And I don't have this social anxiety that's like clinging and pinching at my shoulders and the back of my neck. I don't walk into the room with my heart racing, wondering where I'm gonna fuck up. Now I walk into the room just excited to see what the heck's gonna happen in that room. And so it's pretty magical. So the next time you're feeling whatever you're feeling, even if it's just depression, you're feeling depression and tired as hell and you're just sick of life, tell your body, thank you so much for holding this. And imagine your heart just giving your whole body a hug, like, amazing. Like, thank you for holding this feeling for me. Thank you for holding this depression for me. This is the best. And if you can't feel like gratitude in like an excited way, that's okay. Gratitude, like love, can be slow. It can be easy. Like just acceptance. Like just accepting that you feel tired and exhausted and that you need to sleep. And then you go to sleep and you wake up feeling so much better, in this better headspace. Like just don't worry. Like, it's okay to be stressed, and it's okay to be depressed, and it's okay to have apathy, and it is okay. You're going to be okay, because that is what you are here for, are those negative experiences. And one way or another, you're going to be okay. Anyways, I'm going to share some of the crazy stuff that I saw in those 2 years, because a lot of it was like on like the spiritual level that amazes even me. Now that my brain is totally healed, I'm like, was that real? But it was very real, and I've still... The knowledge, it's like my heart holds the memories, so it's almost like I was accessing my heart brain instead of my brain, and so they still exist within me. I'm just not operating off of them. So anyways, peace, love, and blessings, and I hope you're having a beautiful day, or not.